du magst.
Hello, Harry.
Hi.
There was a lot of rumors this summer also about English clubs. Can you tell us how was it from your side? Was for example, Manchester United ever an option for you, or other clubs in England? And why did you decide in the end for Bayern?
Yeah, to be honest, obviously over the summer, I know there were some talks between a few clubs in the background. But then, yeah, Bayern was, a team I was really interested by and really excited by. So there wasn't too many, other discussions. Once they come in, obviously it was between them and Tottenham to talk, and then the deal got done. So yeah, my focus is on here. Obviously, Manchester are a great club, a really big club as well. But I just decided to come here, and I'm really happy I have.
Dankeschön. Dann auf der linken Seite Taufik Khalil für den Bayerischen Rundfunk.
Well, Harry, between Bayern Munich and Manchester United, there's a lot of history. The biggest match, they call it here, the fans, the mother of all defeats, was in 1999. I think you were almost 6 years old. I don't know when you started to watch football on TV. Can you remember it? Have you seen it? Have you followed it? What do you have in mind with that special defeat in Barcelona?
Yeah, I wasn't watching it live, but of course over the years I've seen the highlights of that game, and obviously a tough game for Bayern Munich to take for sure. When you're 1-0 up and with a few minutes to go and you end up losing, it's obviously a really sour taste. So I could imagine that one still hurts a little bit. But it's been a long time since that match. A lot has changed, so for us, we're just excited to hopefully give these new fans, more memories, and hopefully a better memory than that one.
And here in the middle, yes, please.
Hi, Harry. You've been here 5 weeks at the club now. During that time, have you been able to get an understanding and appreciation of the kind of stature of Bayern Munich and the history of the club? And have you spoken to any sort of legends about that?
No, not really, not specifically. Before I came here, I knew how big Bayern Munich were. Obviously, being here now, I'm just really enjoying the new surroundings, the new feeling. Even though it's been 5 weeks, obviously I've been back and forth with the international and the birth of my fourth child. So still don't think I've fully kind of settled into everything yet. I think that takes a little bit more time, but I think over the course of the season, I'll get to know more and more about the club itself, and get to speak to some of the big names who have played here before. And of course, I'm looking forward to those experiences.
Left side, please. Yeah.
Harry, I was going to ask why it was Bayern, but just walking around, seeing the facilities in the training ground, you can obviously see why. But in terms of the move and the start of the move, could it have gone any better for you here? And just your thoughts on Spurs actually playing well without you in the team now as well, and things going on back at home.
Yeah, no, I think it's been a good start for me here for sure. I think whenever there's a big transfer, there's always a little bit more pressure and expectation going into the first few games to see how you start. And really pleased, to score the 4 goals so far. I still think personally I can play better in the games that I've played, and I think that will come. Just getting to know my teammates more and the system and the way we play. So it's definitely room for improvement in my all-round game. But it's always good to score with 4 goals in 4 games for sure. In terms of Tottenham, fantastic start. I'm always keeping an eye on them. I think I'll keep an eye on Tottenham for the rest of my life, and really happy to see the team playing the way they are, and of course to see their fans happy as well is a great thing. So. I'm sure they'll be excited to keep that up. They have a massive game coming up. For sure I'll see how they get on over the course of the season.
Nächster Stefan Kumberger für Pro7 Sat.1 Germany.
Hi Harry, how's your connection to Thomas Tuchel? How do you work together, and could it be an advantage for you that he worked in England some days?
Yeah, no, I think we've got a good relationship. Just like any player manager, he's always pushing players to improve and get better, and that's been no different with me. There's no special treatment because I'm a new player or a big player. He treats me the same as everyone else. So no, we have a good relationship. I think, you know, I can learn a lot from a manager like him. He's managed at some of the biggest clubs in the world and been really successful. So as a player, I'm always looking to pick up different things and you know, ideas or tactics that can help my game. And again, it's still early days, but I think he will help me do that as a player. So yeah, I'm sure, you know, he's been fairly satisfied with the start, but I think we all know we can improve a bit better, you know, as a team, and that will come throughout the season.
Last row, please. Yeah.
Hi, Harry.
Hi.
Obviously, there's the possibility that you could find yourself up against Harry Maguire in this match. I'm just wondering what you thought of what he went through at Hampden last week, and also the suggestion that maybe for his own good now, that Gareth Southgate should maybe take him out of the firing line with England.
Yeah, look, I think H has, you know, come under some really unnecessary scrutiny. Probably been scapegoated a little bit in terms of you know, the way the team have gone over, you know, recent times. So yeah, look, I know he's a really good friend of mine. He's a great guy, really hard-working professional. From an England point of view, been one of our best defenders in, you know, recent times, and I'd go as far to say one of our best defenders over, you know, the history of our country. So in an England shirt. So yeah, look, it's part of our game now. It's part of football. You know, you're scrutinised all over on social media, etc. But you know, knowing him, all you want to do is work harder and improve and get better and stay focused. And you know, we're fully behind him as a national team. I know the coach come out and backed him fully. So there's always going to be noise around players, and the important thing is that we have a really strong core within our team with England, and yeah, that's the most important thing going into big games and big tournaments.
Third row, Sky Sports. Yeah.
Hi, Harry. Harry, just as a striker, does it give you extra confidence maybe to come up against a Manchester United defence that has been conceding freely in recent games? And just to follow up on the lifestyle questions, how are the German lessons going, and the golf with Thomas Müller as well? You've got that?
Yeah, no, in terms of United, obviously they've been going through a bit of a tough spell recently, but sometimes that can be really dangerous because, you know, they're looking for a big response, and yeah, we need to be careful of that. You know, we're at home, you know, we want to dictate the game, we want to you know, play the way we want to, but they have some threats as well that we really need to be careful of. So I don't like to think too much about, you know, the form that the team are in, because every game can be different. So I just need to perform the way I know I can and the team can, and hopefully we can create some good chances. In terms of the German lessons, yeah, early days yet. There's no further along in terms of my German, but you know, we've got plenty of time to learn, so I'm sure I'll keep you up to date on that. And yeah, golf, I've been golf once with Thomas. We just played the 9 holes on one of the local courses, so it's good to just, you know, get to know the players, get to know a bit of team bonding, and try and switch off from football every now and then. So yeah, it's been nice to have that relationship.
Second row, please. Yeah.
Harry, Bayern performed pretty well in the Champions League quarterfinals against City last season, but obviously went out. Erling Haaland proved something of a game changer for them, and they went on to win the competition. Do you think you can be that game changer for Bayern this season and help them deliver that Champions League that they so want again?
Yeah, well, I think obviously time will tell. For sure, you know, there's a reason that Bayern Munich brought me to the club, and you know, they're really, of course, eager to try and get back to winning the Champions League, and they feel I can be a big help, and obviously I feel I can help the team as well. Again, time will tell on, you know, how the game plays out. We have to first focus on the group stage and making sure that we qualify, and starting well tomorrow night will be important. But yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I want to be playing in these competitions at the highest level, to try and, you know, help my team win the trophies. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
And the neighbour, please. Yeah.
Hi, Harry. United have had a tough start to the season, obviously losing 3 of the last 4, players injured, players unavailable for other issues. I know teams are obviously wary of a backlash, but do you and your teammates sense this is the perfect time to play them, in the sense that their confidence is low, the form's low? this would be the perfect time to take on Manchester United?
Yeah, I don't know about the perfect time, because like I touched on a bit earlier, there can be a big response from teams who are going through a difficult spell, but of course we have to use circumstances to our advantage as well, and we need to go with a big confidence. We're at home in front of our fans. It's important to start the game on the front foot and really try and put the pressure on the opposition. So that's what we'll try and do. Of course, I touched on they've got some big threats as well, and counter-attack. They have some really quick players, so we need to be wary of that. But overall, it's a game that we want to try and dominate and try and keep the pressure on and hopefully break down as the game goes on.
Right behind, please.
Hi Harry, there was some talk in the summer that you being so close to the Premier League goal scoring record might come into your thinking about whether you wanted to move or not. Did it ever come into your thinking when you wanted to move, and how do you balance that sort of individual records against the chance to win team trophies here?
Yeah, no, I don't think it was something I was thinking about. Of course, there was a lot of noise around it, and I completely understand that being so close to the record. But those individual records are never been something that I solely focus on. They're a consequence of hard work and doing my best for the team. And as time goes on, you get closer and closer. But ultimately, for me, it was about how can I push myself, how can I get better, and I felt like challenging for Champions League, challenging for titles every year was the best way to put myself in that situation. So that's why I chose Bayern Munich, and that's why I'm here now. And that's where my focus is at the moment.
One more on this side.
Hi Harry, leading on from that question a little bit, how have you found the adjustment from a club where you were hoping to win matches and try and challenge for titles to actually being at one where the expectation is there every single week?
Yeah, that's part of the pressure you face for sure. I've said before, with every club, with Tottenham as well, every season you go in to try and win every competition without a doubt, and that's always the aim, and that's the same here. But obviously, when a team like Bayern have won it for 11 years in a row, the expectation from the outside and maybe the whole club in general is that it has to be done, and you don't want to be I don't want to be the player who don't win it for the 12th season in a row. So that's the aim for me, and that's the aim for the team, is to continue to be successful, of course, in the league, to be more successful in the cups, because as a club, as a team in the cups recently, we haven't been as successful. So that's hopefully something I can help change around.
Dann rüber auf den deutschen Flügel, Klaus Bergmann für die dpa.
Hello, Mr. Kane. Is the Champions League the biggest goal for you here in Munich? And what do you think about the final in Wembley?
Look, the Champions League is a big goal, of course, but for me, I'm not just solely focusing on that. I want to win all three competitions that we're in. And every game we prepare in the same way, whether it's the Champions League or the Cup. We prepare in the same way as we would any other game. So, of course, it's the biggest competition in Europe. So, to win the Champions League would be a dream come true. And having the final at Wembley would be obviously extra special for me, being my national stadium. But again, that's a little too far ahead. I never get carried away. First of all, we start tomorrow night, and we have a difficult group to get through. And then hopefully come the new year, we'll be in a good place to try and push towards that final.
Kommen wir zu den letzten Fragen allmählich. Bitte, Gary Howe für Sport 1.
Hi Harry, Mathis Tell had some very good games recently, scored a late winner against Mönchengladbach, delivered an assist against Leverkusen. How do you rate his development, and do you think he could be already ready to play alongside you in the starting 11?
Yeah, no, he's been really good. He's had a really good start to the season. What I've loved most about him is, the way he trains. He trains with a real purpose and desire to improve and get better. And at his age, that's all you need to ask from a player. Of course, the decision will come down to the coach. That's his job. But he's had a really good impact whenever he's played, and that's what we can do. So I'm sure he's excited and confident with his form, and it's great for us as a club, because if we want to be successful, we need all 20-odd players in the squad to have an impact whenever they play.
Next stadium.
Hi, Harry. It's a really nice thing that you said about Harry Maguire. I think we can all agree. But if he plays tomorrow, how would you feel about potentially making it worse for him?
Yeah, but look, this is football. You know, I've come up against friends or teammates before, and I think once you get onto the pitch, your competitiveness comes out, and you want to obviously do your best for your team. Nothing else really enters your mind. So that's not something I'll be thinking about. Like I touched on there, I think Harry's a great guy, a great professional. A lot of young players can look at him and his journey to hopefully motivate them and push them to be footballers one day as well. But yeah, if he plays tomorrow night, that friendship goes away for 90 minutes, and I do my best for Bayern Munich to try and score goals and help my team.
Eine letzte Frage, ganz oben links bitte.
Hi Harry, there's two names that they are getting the attention in Europe, Jude Bellingham and Jude. There's no secret that your performance in Bundesliga are being great. I was wondering if Jude Bellingham gave you any advice before you come to Germany to compete, and also do you think that the English players are also ready to play away in England, because it's not secret that there's not many England players away the Premier League?
Yeah, so I didn't actually talk to Jude until the most recent camp where we was talking about his time here. So in terms of my decision, it wasn't influenced by Jude, but obviously I saw how he got on at Dortmund and in the Bundesliga, and the way he was playing and enjoying his football. So that was great. And yeah, he's had a great start to obviously life at Real Madrid as well. So I'm really, really happy for him. In terms of English players, people have their own journeys, and the likes of me and Jude, made decisions based on what we think's best for us. And if that motivates players, or gives other young English players or English players in general, the feeling to go abroad and do the same, then that's great. I think players should be pushing themselves to play at the highest level they can, and never be comfortable with where they're at. Always try and push to another level and see what's available. And yeah, that's what I've tried to do, and hopefully that motivates others to do the same.
Okay, thanks Harry. Dankeschön. Wir sind gleich zurück mit Thomas Tuchel.
Thank you. Cheers.